everybody. Hi, everybody. How is everybody doing? Oh, I'm so glad you all are here. I put up some pretty lights in my bunting, and you can see a gourd here and a pumpkin right there. I made those gourds and pumpkins and this bunting, the fall leaves, the maple leaf bunting. I made them. Hi, Christy. Is it Shelby? Hi. I've never seen you here before. Are you new? Hi, Michelle. Melly, hi, girl. Carla, hi. Teresa, oh, I'm sorry. I have my feet propped up on the table that the computer's on, and every once in a while, if I'm adjusting, it might kind of shift. It's not an earthquake, really. Oh, how is everybody doing today? While you're popping in, why don't you tell me where you're at, where you are at. Where are you in this world? Where are you living? Where do you reside? Oh, great. Oh, thank you for bringing them over, Dana. Hey, Sweet Tea and Carrie. Hello. Hello, Amigurumi Ninja. Colette. Is it Colette? Corinne? No, it starts with a C. I'm so sorry. Michigan. Teresa's in Michigan. We got Florida, Indianapolis. That's not too far away from me, Lori. Lancaster, California. Corinne. I knew I had it with a C, right? I'm going to write it down for the 15th time. In North Carolina and Indiana, 2.5 hours from Lori. Oh, well, where are you, Dana? I want to know where you are. I'm about 40 minutes south of Louisville, Kentucky. And it's pronounced Louisville, not Louisville. It's Louisville. Hi, Veronica. South Bend. Okay, so you're up north. You're way up there. Okay. Hi, Lou. I just got done messaging you on your YouTube comment. Hi. Northern Indiana. Yes, yes, yes. Jill, hi. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, the book is amazing. Jill, if you do decide to join me, let me know, okay? Because we're going to have a ball, and I'm planning on a couple little bitty surprises here and there. Texas in the house. Veronica, you're in the Southwest, aren't you? Like Arizona, I'm thinking? I could be wrong. Oh, it's so great to see everybody. You know, I tell you what, in the mornings, I know a lot of you have been going to Kitty, are you still there? Mama Geek, are you still there? I know a lot of people go to Ginger's Live in the morning, and I am so I'm so jealous because I want to be there and everybody's talking to that person, you know? I want to be there sitting there with Ginger. Atlanta. Oh, okay. There's a couple of y'all crocheters that live down there in the Atlanta area. Hi, Brenda. How are you? We're sharing where everybody's from. So when you pop in, just say hi and where you're from. Don't say where I'm from. Just say I'm from, and then fill in the blank. Oh yeah, it's not that early for me. That's when I usually get up to go to work anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, I'm so glad everybody is here. Hi Tammy in Ohio. Where in Ohio? I know you've told me before. Tammy Twyford, I know I'm thinking like northern, right? Patsy, that's right. I remember that. Medina County. Okay. Medina. I know it's Medina. But where I know no, actually it's Medina. I know that. Near Cleveland. That's right. Yep, yep, yep. And remember we were talking one day, we were talking about how I was from Mentor on the Lake there on by Mentor. Cuyahoga Falls. Yep. I know where that is. Michelle, there's Cuyahoga Falls and Tam's near Cleveland. Yes, yes. Look at all these peeps. Look at all these peeps from Ohio. I love Ohio. I do. The only thing that's wrong with it is that it's a Yankee state. I'm teasing, of course. Hi, Kay. How are you today? Melanie, hi, hi, hi. Anybody south of the Mason-Dixon line other than um, Veronica, who is in, yeah, well, no, see, now I love the snow. Yeah, I do love the snow. Yeah. See, if I was a snowbird, I'd probably just stay in the north and then go further north in the summer. So maybe I keep cool. You guys, I've got this beautiful shawl on that my dear friend Tracy from I Love Loopy has made me, but it is just too hot. Whew. Mr. Happy turned the heat on, and it's only 58 degrees out. Oh. But Yankee, I love that, Christina. I love your name, Yankee in Florida. Yeah. Are you a snowbird? Well, today, guys, I'm going to talk yarn, but more specifically, as the title actually said, North Dakota. Oh, I would love to go there. I really, really would. Well, true, Melanie. That's true. Yeah, where I used to live in Pennsylvania, my ex, now ex, he would shovel. I kept telling him, why bother shoveling when you've got a suburban, you can just plow right through it. Uh, okay, my husband's family is Italian. I have a book of crochet about nuns' work. That's what they called it. Nuns' work. What's nuns' work? Crocheting you're talking about? Veronica, I love the color of yarn you have from Walmart. Yeah, it's so pretty, right? What's not to love? Hi, Susan. Okay, so, well, hey, Trisha. Hey, Joe. Yay! Guess who's up in here? Hi, Crafty. Oh, so good to see everybody. Kim, how's it going? Hubby from Pittsburgh. Yeah, I used to live in Monaca, which is about 20 miles northwest of Pittsburgh. Okay, well, I'm going to go head right into the subject because we got a lot of ground to cover. I took a poll when I was in, where was it? I can't even remember now. But I took a poll. You want to talk about yarn or do you want to talk about hooks? And the overwhelming majority was we want to talk about yarn. Well, I didn't want to just talk about yarn in general. I really want to talk about, yeah, lace work. Yes, yes. And you know what? I've been to um Burano, no, Burano. That's right. I've been to Burano with a B, and that's where they make all the most beautiful lace, Jill. And I'm telling you, I bought two handmade things there, actually three. I bought one for my mom. I bought like a table runner for my mom, and I bought a larger table runner for myself, and then I bought something for my aunt. I loved it. Hi, Joy. How are you? Zoom room raid. Yay, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. Oh, don't worry about it. Just do what you do. You can listen in and look up every time you see something you're interested in. No problemo. I'll know you're in the house. Okay, so today I want to talk yarn. And I wanted to talk mostly because we all know so much. Hi, Jen. We know a lot about just like the acrylic yarns because that's what most of us use the majority of the time. Am I right? Um, so the between the acrylic and polyester, polyamide, nylon, those things we're very familiar with. Those are the least expensive yarns to buy. They come in, I mean, millions. I know I'm exaggerating, but millions of colors. Um, oh yeah, Southeast Alabama. All right, Kay. I like that. I like Alabama. I think we talked about that too, that one day I'd like to move to Alabama, didn't I? Dana, thank you. Thank you so much. And you're so welcome. I wanted to make sure it's content, content, content. So I did some homework. I did homework. I love you too. So anyway, we're going to talk different kinds of fibers that are called natural fibers. So everything in the Yarny world, all the fiber world, and that fibers include everything from material that you make clothing out of, yarns, threads, everything kind of fiber, like sheets and blankets, and everything that's made of fiber can be either categorized into natural fibers or man-made or artificial fibers, or is that what they call them? I think they're called artificial fibers or synthetic because they're man-made. Bamboo, actually, Nancy, is considered a natural fiber, and we'll get into that in just a minute. But I went on a really cool website. I found a really, really cool website that had like a listing of almost all. I didn't print them all out, but almost all of the different natural fibers. And within the natural fibers, you have plant-based and then you have animal-based. I am so excited. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Jill. I really am. So these are kind of in alphabetical order, but what I've done is I have gone to my stash. Okay, now what you see behind me, the majority of it is acrylic yarn. Almost all of it is acrylic. My other yarn, my natural fibers, are down on that end, and I don't have very many at all. In fact, after reading what I've been reading, I think I'm going to be making a couple of changes. I really am. But we'll get into that in a minute. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to tell you about a fiber, okay? And if I have something that has that fiber in it, I'm going to show you, okay? That's how I want to do it. And then what I want you to do is respond back to me. I want to get some feedback on what you would try to crochet with that fiber, if anything, okay? Um, Tell me your thoughts on whether you have that kind of yarn in your stash. If it's something you've heard of, if it's something you've seen, you've felt, tell me your thoughts on it, okay? So, yeah, let's get into this, okay? So, the first one, I love watching Officer Tatum. Let's get into this. I love when he does that. Okay, so the first one is alpaca. And y'all know what is alpaca with these little cute little ears. Cute little ears. Now I don't have it. I don't have a picture of every single one of these. I wish I did, and I wish it was in color. And I wish Ginger was here right now because Ginger could tell us about some of these too. So, hi CJ. So the first one we're going to talk about is alpaca. Okay. Now, I don't want to read the whole thing, so I'm kind of skim over it and give you some basics. And by basics, I mean what sets it apart from other fibers. Okay. So alpaca is soft enough to wear right next to your skin without irritation. It's warmer and stronger than the fibers of most other animals. Hi, Old Crow. How you doing? Oh, now I'm picturing your name. Okay, hold on just a minute, Old Crow. I still can't remember. Tell me your name. I'm sorry, I have completely just went through my brain. Okay, it's excellent for fiber for delicate warm weather accessories. And let me tell you why. Okay. Well, first of all, there's two different types of alpaca. Huacaya alpacas, they have crimp bundled fiber and they have a fluffy look when they're in full fleece. Nadine, yes, thank you, Nadine. And then there's the Suri alpaca, and they have long lockets or ringlets. Okay, so if any of you have seen an alpaca, you might be able to determine which one of those kinds it is. Now, if I'm thinking correctly, I think most of the alpacas that I have seen in my journeys around the different little places here in the States have been Huacaya alpacas because they have that crimpy bundled, it's like bunches of fur. Okay, so now this is interesting. It's talking about the scales on the fiber. Thank you, Kim. Talking about the scales on the fiber, it's slightly higher. The number of the scales are higher on the Huacaya, and it has a steeper edge. So it's not as smooth as the Suri alpaca. Interesting, right? Well, just a second, hon. I'm going to get to llamas in a little bit. Hi, Crafty. How are you? So, okay. So that's interesting, right? So if you wanted to find an alpaca that was really smooth, like almost silky, you would try to look for a Suri alpaca. Interesting. Hi, Dusty Cat. How are you? Now, this is really interesting. Cold weather studies have been performed to compare various fibers that have been knitted the same way. Okay. They show that when worn in a 0 Fahrenheit environment, alpaca provides 50 degrees Fahrenheit comfort range, where a sheep, or just like a regular wool, is 30-degree comfort range. So the comfort range is a whole lot higher than the regular wool. So the alpaca will actually keep you warmer or cooler. Isn't that neat? Oh, yes, Lori, wouldn't that be great? Oh, I know. That would be so cool. Hi, Proverbs. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. So, the alpaca is considered one of the strongest of mammal fibers. Okay, so mammal being sheep, bison, alpaca, yak, um, rabbit, all of that, so it's the strongest. It is very water resistant. Um, lab tests have even proven that it's virtually water repellent and very difficult to fully saturate with water. Okay, that's all I want to talk about on the alpaca, I think. Oh, okay. This is interesting because the individual scales and see that is so mind blowing, right? I know, Jill. When I started reading this earlier today, this is like, wow, this is so cool. The individual scales on each fiber are smoother and lower. So, okay, let me just give you a visual picture. Do you see the little bumps here? Pretend those are scales, right? And if they're shorter and they're like not up and down like this, they're smoother, right? The alpacas are lower and go like this, and the wool, you'll find out here in a little bit, the wool is higher. They stand higher and they're not as bendy. So when people say that they're allergic to wool and they can't wear wool, it's because those fibers are sticking almost like mini needle pricks into their skin. That's what it is. Melissa, hi, honey. So are they really? I never knew that because see here in the studies, it's showing that people who are allergic to wool are very likely not allergic to alpaca. I thought that was interesting. I know, right, Dana? It is very interesting. Okay, so anyway, that's alpaca. Now, I have one yarn that has alpaca in it that I know of so far. Hi, Genevieve. How are you, dear? So, and it's this yarn right here, and this has several different fibers in it, but I wanted to show you this one because it has 30% alpaca, and it's wool that I had gotten from Knit Crates. It's called Audine Wools. Okay, like I said, it has 30% baby alpaca. Okay, so that means that even the fibers on the baby alpaca are going to be even shorter and finer and smoother than that of the adult, right? Hi, HD. Hi, Melanie. So take a look at this. Now, I don't know how clear it's going to come in on the camera, but I'm going to attempt. Let me wrap it around my fingers a little bit so you can see. Okay. This combination, I mean, there is hardly any halo on this at all. And this is wool, alpaca, and silk. And it is some of the softest fiber, I should say, let me specify, animal fiber I have ever felt. It is very, very soft. So let me catch up here. Um, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could say like it blooms. Hi, Gracie. Um, yay, Lori. Oh, I'm there, girl. I'm there. Okay. Thank you, Christy. So, yes, and it's hypoallergenic, right? So, tell me now you got to remember animal fibers, especially like baby animal fibers that, anything that's going to take more work to harvest or more work to produce, more labor intensive, all that kind of stuff. Now it's okay, Veronica, bye, honey. It's going to be more expensive. So, tell me if you could get some of this alpaca. Let's pretend like this is all alpaca and it's really soft. Now, I think I'm not sure. I mean, I know a lot of superwash merino wool and stuff like that is can become in like that's 100% of the fiber. I don't know. I mean, I know I've seen alpaca fiber before, 100% in Ohio, and it was from a farm. And I came this close to buying it, and I passed it up, and I'm kicking myself ever since. Anywho, most of these animal fibers are blended with something else, maybe to bring down the cost, maybe to strengthen the whatever it is. But what kind of things would you make with something like that, knowing it has alpaca in it? Alpaca is great to keep things warm, okay? And so, because remember that cold test, I mean, you can have something warm. But what would you make with alpaca? Just give me some ideas. Okay, Sin. I'm glad you're listening. Hi, Danny. I know you're there. I know I saw you before. This is very soft. Um yes. No, 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 no. Okay. That's the other thing that too many people are mistaken about. Okay? The majority. I'm going to say the majority of Oh, Lori, that sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. A hooded poncho. I would say that the majority of all animals are never killed. The only time they would kill an animal is to use the meat. So unless the animal is sheared and then killed for the mutton or something like that, I don't understand why people would actually think that if they're sheared. They're just sheared. And most of the time, in fact, there's competitions, that they can shear one sheep in a minute flat with not even any nicks. I mean, it's crazy, and it all comes off in one thing. Yeah, I think, yeah, and I think, let me tell you something, guys. I think that after I get done reading about some of these, yeah, all of those things. Melanie, yes. Cowl, mittens, fingerless gloves, hooded poncho, and anything that you want to put next to your skin. Hi, Marilyn. Anything you want to put next to your skin because it's not going to itch unless you've tested it already and you are allergic. Now, I would hate to tell people do it, when they're allergic to wool. just know that usually, now this is, I found this out in reading some of this too, is that yes, right. I think it is because they shear them in like the spring, if I'm not mistaken, to keep them cool and during the summertime, and then they grow they gradually grow their fur, whatever you want to call it, in the summer. By the fall and the winter, it's nice and hefty again. Yes, and yes, Crafty, they do. I get into rabbit too. Um, hey, Big Tim, nice to have you here. Are you coming over from Joe's? A Mobius cowl. Oh, that would be so pretty. Or you know what? One of those really big Mobius cowls that you can lift over your head, and you could wear it like with a coat, and just kind of lay it down for like a collar, but then you could bring it. Oh, that would be beautiful. Okay. So, next one, Angora rabbit. All right. Here's the next one, Angora rabbit. Angora is a type of domestic rabbit of which there are multiple breeds, including English, French, German, satin, and giant. They all have one unique characteristic in common, is the active phase of hair growth is double of other rabbits. So they grow their hair twice as fast as other rabbits. And so it makes them desirable for farmers. They're farmed in hutches in semi-dark. The hair is removed. It doesn't say they're killed. It's removed on average every 3 months. And one Angora rabbit can produce up to 3.3 pounds of fiber a year. Yes, Jill, it is you're right. Alpaca is water resistant, so anything for hats, like even in fall and the spring, right? For spring rains and fall rains. You and Mobius don't get along, Danny. That's cute. Okay, so here's something interesting. The white hair of the Angora is a hollow fiber, which is considered a type of wool. Okay, it is the diameter of about 15 microns. It's one of the silkiest of all the animal fibers. It's soft to the touch due to the low relief. Remember, we were talking about the low relief of the scales, so there's very little scales. The scales are not you can hardly see them. And so it's very smooth, okay? The best wool comes from the back and upper sides of the rabbit. Okay, Angora wool is used mainly in knitted clothes such as pullovers, scarves, socks, and gloves, and produce a moderate fluffing effect. Oh, yes, Jill. Wouldn't that be neat? I don't know, but the Angora, because, it's so expensive. Can you imagine making a really thick, that would take a lot, of yarn to make an Angora cowl, like the Outlander cowl. Okay. Most of the time, Angora rabbit. Did I say Angora? Alpaca. Hi, Claire. So the Angora, where did I say? Is blended usually with other fibers, okay, such as wool, to increase the performance. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Angora doesn't have elasticity. Okay, so it might have a bad reputation, but I think you can find good and bad anywhere, right? I That's how I feel. Oh, well, I guess everybody has to make that decision for themselves, and that's okay. That's all right. So the Angora, okay, France was until the 1960s the leading producer of Angora. Since then, it has been overtaken by China, and in China they have raised more than 50 million rabbits. Other Angora producers are Argentina, Chile, Czech Republic, and Hungary. But many still consider French Angora yarns to be the highest quality. Okay, so if you were to make something Angora with Angora in it, I know not everybody will, but if you were to, what would you make out of that? To me, I think of fluffy mittens, or like the cuff on a mitten, or the collar of a real pretty jacket or something like that. Yes, Melanie, I'm getting to it. I'm going in alphabetical order, so we're still on the A's. I'll wait till everybody catches up a little bit. Okay, the next one. Yeah, Lori, I think so too. I think I would probably, if I used it for something that's going to be against my skin, I think I'd probably put it with another fiber. Samantha, we're talking about different fibers used in yarn. We're talking about natural fibers. We've discussed alpaca and Angora, and now we're just going to discuss bamboo. Bamboo. I love me some bamboo. Who loves bamboo? I love bamboo. Do you? Ah, okay, so here we go. Now, this I found this to be very interesting. Bamboo fiber is made from bamboo timber that is at least 4 years old. When the new shoots reach their full height, they're marked with a year code to ensure they're harvested at the correct maturity. Okay, Nadine. I do too, Genevieve. Oh, I know. You go into a store that has bamboo yarn and you're just like, oh, I love this. That true boo. Oh, I cannot get enough of that. Oh, yes. That's beautiful. Yes, it's incredible drape. It's beautiful. Um, so here's the thing. When it's harvested, the shoots are taken to the mill, crushed, and submerged in a strong solution of sodium hydroxide to dissolve the bamboo cellulose. And then carbon disulfide is added to regenerate the fibers, which are then removed, washed, and bleached. I mean, there's a big process involved in this. And the fibers, which are very long in staple and finer than other fibers, are then spun into yarn. And then, and that's how the bamboo is produced. Um, Now, remember I was talking about the staple. The staple of it is really long. And so that means it's strong. So when you blend long fibers together, it's going to make it really strong and durable. But because it's not real, it doesn't have those what do you call them, those scales on it. It's like real smooth. Now, if you have ever worked with Trubu, which is the only 100% bamboo that I've used, I think, no, yeah, I think that's the only one. You will find it splits like nobody's business. Yeah, it's not staples as in like a stapler. It's the uh, the fibers are called staples. So okay, it holds pigments and dyes, and it's a very soft yarn. Okay, so pure bamboo is softer than cotton and has a texture similar to a combination of cashmere and silk. There you go. So, get this. You know that silk and cashmere are very, very expensive. We'll get into that in a little bit. But knowing that bamboo is just as slick and shiny and strong and beautiful and soft, maybe we should buy some more bamboo. So, there you go. Oh, I didn't know this. It releases dirts and stains much more easily than cotton. There you go. Interesting, right? Now that bamboo obviously is a plant fiber. Okay, Viviana says, I'm from Bolivia and live in New York, and there's a nicer fiber that comes from Visunia. Okay, that is related to alpaca and is softer than Surrey alpaca. Ooh, ooh. You know what? I have heard though that South America has the best alpaca yarns. And what's the other one? Al No, yeah, alpaca. There's a lot of them in Peru. Oh man, man. Yes, Karen. Yes, yes. Most, if not all, natural fibers are antimicrobial. They resist they resist odors, or they don't absorb the odors from your body. Cool, 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 cool. Yes. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by hypoallergenic. Um, I'm sorry. I'm knowledgeable, but not that knowledgeable. I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you, Samantha. I'm sorry. So the next one we're going to discuss is the cashmere goat. Cashmere. Hmm. I didn't know. Okay. Um, you have allergies to critters. Oh, I see. Well, see, I don't know. I'm not sure. I really don't know. That's something I'd have to look up. Maybe you can Google it. Just say is bamboo hypo. Well, I know bamboo would probably be because bamboo is a plant fiber, right? Yes, Melanie, it is the softest, nicest yarn. I have a top that I made with Trubu, and it is amazing. It's so slippery, and when you slip it on, it's just like, I mean, it's like you're not wearing anything, but you are. and you're wearing a bra underneath it because mine is really mesh. But anyway, it's just it's like it's lovely. It's very lovely. I didn't either, Karen. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't know cashmere come from a goat, and it's native to the Himalayas. That's a mountain range. Did you know that? The Himalayas are a mountain range, so you know these goats, they gonna live in cold weather. Cold weather. Oh, really? Endangered species? Are you talking about the one the yarn that you, I mean, excuse me, the one animal you were just talking about, Viviana? Okay. What are we talking, Loopy? Samantha's loopy, lopsided. Denny, Samantha, I'm loopy too. Hi, yarn and things. Yes, you're right, Genevieve. Exactly. But let me tell you how it comes together, and then you'll really understand. Oh, I see. Lopsided. I think we all are. I think we all are. Oh, good, Karen. That is what I strive to do. I strive to teach people something. I hope that you learn something every time you come to one of my lives. Mojo, I didn't even know you were here, and you got to go already. Okay, so we know that it's from the Himalayas, and it's the fine undercoat hair of the goat that's collected by combing or shearing this during the spring molting season. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, that I didn't know goats molted. I didn't know that they molted. Interesting. So, what happens is they'll sort it and scour it, and the fibers are cleaned of their coarse outer layer. So basically, it's like when you comb a dog. I know that sounds kind of gross, but when you comb a dog, what you're getting is the undercoating in that comb. If you're going like right next to the skin, right, you're grabbing all of those fine hairs that are collecting right next to their skin. And so that takes more time than just throwing the whole lot in there, right? Um, yeah, right? Right, Melanie? Goat belly hair. Woo, high end there. I'm talking high Himalayan end. Ha ha ha. Okay, so now get this, the annual yield of the premium undercoat hairs is around 5 ounces. 5 ounces a year. Yes, Samantha, we're talking, I mean, light as lighter than feathers. You know, we're talking like the down part. Yeah, 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 yeah. It makes it rare and very expensive. It takes, get this, it takes the combined annual yield of several goats to make one single garment. And we wonder why it costs so much. But I do understand now why they pair it, they put cashmere with other fibers, right? Now we can understand because it makes whatever fiber it's paired with that much more soft. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Right, Melanie? You lied. Too much goat education for you. Well, we're going to go to sheep again. Okay, so coarser cashmere from goats is often used for rugs and carpets. So they don't they'll get the fine hair for the garments, and then they'll use that coarse upper hair for rugs and carpets. So it's all being used. Um, so anyway, China, well, obviously, because the Himalayas are in China, or, it would be Western Asia, Eastern Europe, I don't know. But anyway, China has become the world's leading cashmere producer. But if you desire finest fibers, the finest fibers, only those from Mongolia should be considered. European countries and the United States are attempting to promote standards for cashmere to prevent inferior products being marked as premium cashmere. That means that we have higher standards than a lot of other countries. Cashmere. Who knew? It comes from a goat. Yeah, right. It has to, and most of these, I think, I'm reading the labels of some of these yarns that I've got. They are paired. Some of the higher, the nicer yarns are paired with something that is and still a natural fiber, but more readily available. Okay, so the next one is cotton. Do I need to go over cotton with everybody? Or do we pretty much understand cotton? It comes from a plant that is harvested, and it goes from these little puffy white things with thorns in it into nice soft products. Anybody want me to read anything about cotton? Jill, that's cute. Verminator. I get it. I get it. Yes. Right. Right, Melanie. It does. It makes perfect sense now. And when you start learning about all these different fibers, I'm I'm getting excited, and I'll tell you why. Because at the very end, after I explain all the different fibers that are natural, it's like, okay, this stuff is reserved for blankets only. Only the nicer stuff is going to be on this body. I'm not going to use acrylic to make my things anymore. That's me. That's just me. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit more of a yarn snob when it comes to making garments for myself or my loved ones, because I want. It's not that I know there's good quality acrylics out there, truly. Oh, I think I know the answer to this one, Karen. In fact, I have it. I think it's here. Pima cotton is it's it has a certain processing. It still goes through one more process to make it smoother. I think that's what it's called. Um, because I have Pima cotton and I have regular cotton, and I can't. I thought I read it in here. Oh shoot! Can anybody tell us what the difference? Um, okay, longer fibers. Okay, does that make sense? Um, um, who was asking? Karen. So the Pima cotton has a longer fiber. Remember what we were talking about before, that the longer fiber makes it more smooth, right? And so cotton has shorter fibers connected. So there's a chance for a couple of little hairs to pop up, but the longer fibers are more smooth. Oh, good question, Lori. I don't know. Lori, that's your assignment. You need to figure that out for us and let us all know. That's okay, Melanie. You do what you got to do. You do what you want to do. What you want to do. Mercerized, if I'm not mistaken, mercerized cotton is the one that goes through that extra process that adds something in it, that adds an ingredient or something in it to um, make it softer, maybe. Pima cotton, longer fibers. Mercerized is mercerized. I mean, it's like ized. It's a process that it goes through. No, no, it doesn't mean plastic or acrylic. It doesn't have any plastics or acrylic in it. It's another step, another maybe it's a chemical or something that they add to it to make it. Yeah, it's a treatment. Yeah, yeah. It's a treatment that's added to the cotton after it's spun, if I'm not mistaken. Laura! Hi, girl. I'm gonna fangirl over you. Uh, yes. Well, no. Cotton, once it's picked, it doesn't bloom as far as like wool does, because like you can't really block cotton. It doesn't, and I mean I read it here. Um, it comes back. Okay, so it doesn't stretch out of shape. So like the wool and natural fibers do. So even if you stretch it out and blocking, boom, it kind of goes right back. Hi, Linda, quilty crocheter. Did I say that right? Oh, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Okay, so we're good on cotton. So let's move to hemp. Hemp. Oh, I'm so glad. Linda, you had me worried there. I thought maybe I was calling you the wrong name all these weeks. Okay, so hemp comes from cannabis. Comes from cannabis. Basically, it's a process that it goes through. But hemp is like very strong and rough, and if you can imagine just cotton, but like really rough. You would never wear anything made with hemp. Okay. Um, Hemp is what, you can use it to make bags, rugs, stuff that lasts a really, really, really long time. Okay. But it is considered a plant fiber. Oh, sweet, sweet Tessie. Love this yarn, Tessie. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Squishy. Oh, you're up with the birds. You're up even earlier than the birds. Yes, there you go, Jill. Okay. And you can get a huge yield from hemp. It's about 1,000 pounds an acre. 1,000 pounds an acre. That's a lot of hemp. And most of it is in China again. Um, so yeah, hemp has been used for centuries to make rope, canvas, and paper. Okay, blending with, oh, here we go. Get this. Blending with cotton, linen, silk, and wool gives it a softer feel while maintaining its resistance and durability. New. Okay, so enough about hemp. Our next one is going to be linen. Okay, another plant-based fiber. Linen is spun from long fibers. Get this. Okay, first of all, anybody know where linen comes from? Anybody? Anybody? Without Googling it. Lori, I would suggest using it like make a like a market bag or something with it. Make a market bag or like um some kind of a basket. You know, make a basket where you can put something. Nope. A plant, yes, it's a plant, but what kind of plant? What plant? It comes from the flax. Samantha, you knew it. Good for you. Did you Google it? Did you Google it? Oh, you guys are great. Okay, so yes, it comes from the flax plant. And it comes from inside. So they have to basically strip the outside and retrieve the fibers from within the flax plant. Okay, am I missing something? The stuff when she was young. Not at all. What are you talking about? Melanie, not at all what? Oh, you don't know where it comes from. Okay. You knew. Good for you, Samantha. Well, maybe you should be teaching the class. You should. Linen, yes. Mm-hmm. So, the delicate nature of the stalks prevents typical forms of mechanized processing to retrieve the fibers. The process for separating the fibers from the plant's woody stalk is labor intensive and requires considerable time. Because why? Yeah, you got to do it by hand, right? Because of this, it's produced in areas where manual labor is inexpensive. Flax remains under cultivation in a number of countries, with Belgium growing the finest flax fibers and Scotland and Ireland not far behind. Now, I want to share an interesting fact with you. Okay, well, here we go. Linen fibers absorb the moisture and dries quickly. It's often used for towels and handkerchiefs and is a popular natural choice um, for hot weather because it feels cool in the summer. Oh, yeah, there you go, Crafty. There you go. So, I want to do a quick tidbit. It's just a little tidbit, and I don't even remember where I picked this up. But back in the old days, before they had acrylic yarn and before they had polyester, anything, before they had, yeah, I'm sure that they probably made hemp sandals. Yeah, but here's the thing all of the items they wore. Now, first of all, did you guys ever watch like TV shows or and the people wore the same, yes, man-made fibers, yeah, synthetic, whatever. um I didn't mean that bad way, squishy. I just meant, yeah, any of those. And they seem to wear the same clothes over and over and over and over again. And you keep thinking, why do they not have any other clothing? Well, like you see an a show where all they have in their luggage is like one bag, and the man has like two shirts in it, and maybe a cravat tie or something, but it's like nothing. It's like they're wearing their clothes and all they're doing is changing their shirt. Why? Why? Because and I'll tell you why. Because linen was what they used for all of their lightweight material. So all of their shirts, and like the ladies when they would wear the chemise, all of those undergarments, the pantaloons and all those kinds of things, undergarments were linen. That's all they were, was linen. Why? because back then that was the cheapest way to make a garment. And they had to have it, it wicked away all the moisture from their skin, kept it cool. All of their skirts, the pants, the outer clothing, the jackets, the coats, the hats, the mitts, all of that was made out of wool. All of it. Why? Because it was water resistant, if not waterproof. It was hygienic. You're exactly right. Um, you're so feeble. Yeah. If you got constipation, yeah. So you 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 didn't need anything else. You wore the same skirt, right? Um, you might have a if I might be buffering. Oh, I might be buffering it, saying that my connection is unstable. Oh, don't eat yarn, please don't eat yarn. We are not promoting yarn eating here. So, yeah. So everything was took away odor. People didn't smell bad back then. That's, you know, that's all made up stuff. Okay. Next we have llama. Llama, llama, llama. Okay. Um, the llama was they came from the Inca Indians in Peru, and they were basically bred as um, pack animals, whereas the alpacas were bred for their yarn, their fibers. Yes, Lori, that's exactly who I was thinking about, and that's I couldn't remember her name. Yes, yes, yes. It exactly, exactly, exactly. Okay, what to oh my word, it's already 5:37. I didn't have time to go over everything. I'll finish up with the llama. If it does anybody want to keep going? Because I can we can pick up another time. Or I can just keep going. Oh, okay. Veronica's going on at 6:30. Well, hi Pat. I was just trying to determine if I was going to get off or stay. Okay, Carla, that's fine. We'll keep going if you want. We'll keep going. They're not. Well, can you take us with you? Or bring the taters to you? Okay, llamas. Llama fiber is not wool, technically. But many prefer it, um, but many refer to it as such. It's not. The whole fleece consists of two coats, guard hair and down. The guard hair is thick and without crimp, making it excellent for use in rope. Down is soft and luxurious, suitable for fine garments. Using llama wool for knitting requires the selection of the proper type of wool. Because of the broad range of wool types present in llama population, people are able to make a variety of things from llama wool. Um, it contains no natural oils or lanolin. Okay, so it makes it more lightweight. Um, let's see here. But I'm thinking if it doesn't have any lanolin in it, then it probably isn't as water resistant, right? That's what I'm thinking. Yes, they are inconsiderate. Inconsiderate. Okay, so with llamas, it takes 2 years for the for it to the to regrow all the hair. So that might be why it is a little bit more expensive. Maybe llama um, fiber, llama yarn is more expensive than maybe alpaca is. Um, it yields the softest, yet, oh, because of its fineness. Now, this is the little down hair underneath. Because of its fineness, thin yarn that is double plied yields the softest yet strongest yarn. However, it can also be spun thick and blended with other fibers. It has little or no memory. Okay, so that means don't think that you make yourself a nice llama top and you can squeeze into it. It ain't gonna stretch. I that's a good question. Not sure. Let me see if it says. Well, it just says for the types of llama fibers of interest to the knitter, it can be considered essentially the same as alpaca. But I probably would go for the alpaca before the llama, only because we learned together um, that it's you know keeps you comfortable in cold weather, right, and keeps your body temperature warmer. There you go, Lori. Good deal. Good deal. Yes, Samantha. Um, I think that's a lot of why people are allergic to wool, because wool has natural lanolin in it. Okay, so llama is essentially the same as alpaca. Carla, did you catch when I was talking about the other the the alpaca? Did you hear about that? What I'm going to do on the replay, I'm going to put in the description box. Okay, I'm going to put in the description box. Natalie from Natalie's Closet did a fiber talk on August 31st. I'm going to try to put that in. Oh, Brussels. Oh, my goodness. Brussels sprouts is hubby's number one veggie. He loves Brussels sprouts. Okay. Okay. So also, I'm going to pull up the video. It's called Learn How Red Heart Yarn is Made. And that's obviously the synthetic acrylic yarn. And also, there's another video called Polyester Yarn Manufacturing Process. So, oh, I'm done with it, Melanie. That was it. Basically, it's pretty much the same as alpaca. Yeah. So I'll include those 3 videos in the description box once this has gone to replay. Okay. So the next one is, now this one we have all heard of, I am sure. Merino wool. Merino wool. Who hasn't heard of merino wool? In fact, I would imagine most of us have even like a small little skein of something that has merino in it, maybe. I would say we're, pretty much, that's one of them that's pretty readily available. Excuse me. Hey, Lori, right? You can still do the alpaca farm. There you go. I love it. So, 1 square inch of merino fleece, 1 inch, 1 square inch yields almost 4 times as many fibers as other breeds of sheep. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? So I guess that would mean that merino is probably the most readily available and least expensive of all the wools. Would you all concur? Would you all concur? Okay, so it naturally reduces the transfer of heat by trapping air between the fibers. The fibers are smaller in diameter and more dense than any other wool. Therefore, they trap more air and keep the wearer naturally warm in cold weather. The fibers also absorb up to 30% of their own weight in moisture, pulling water away from the body, which keeps the wearer comfortable, dry, and cool in hot weather. So it's great in cold weather. It's great in hot weather. And we wonder why. Is there any wonder why back in the olden days, that's what they made their clothes out of? Okay. It is extremely fine, soft, and crimped. The fibers are, and it is water repellent, odor resistant, durable, and anti-static. I'd love that. Now, guys, yes, right, Tess? Hey, Tess, I've been waiting for your video. What's up with that? Girl, I want my Outlander cow. I want my Outlander cow. I want my tutorial. I wanted to do it this weekend. Talking about kilts. Sorry. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the. I mean, when I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different wools here or yarns here that have some kind of merino wool. So I've got this one. This is Flirt, the Flirt colorway by Audine Wools. It has 50% fine super wash merino. Okay, all right, Tess, I believe you. I believe you. I'm trusting you because I only got tomorrow left. Also, I have this gazelle, which is, I think, hobium. Hi, Teresa from Craving Crochet. We're talking yarn fibers. Right now, we're talking about merino wool. I have this gazelle rock and roll, and I think this is from either Hobie or Hobium. I don't know. Superwash is a process that the wool goes through to make it. They're adding something to it so that it can be washed in the washing machine, Samantha. So you don't have to hand wash it. You can wash it in the washer machine. Oh, everything's going great, Teresa. We're loving learning about all these fibers. And so this has only 9% of Lana Merino, but it's still very, very soft, right? So then I have this. This is also from Knit Crate. This is, wait a minute, this is not right. Oop, nope, this is not right. That's not the right one. This yarn, Whims Merino. This is from Furls. They sell yarn. So this this skein of yarn right here, it is it's a Z twist for crocheters. It is a size 3. It is 182 yards, and it is 50% fine superwash merino, and the other 50 is nylon. But this right here, oh, thank you for that. I got it. Okay, I got my 15 milli. So this is half merino, superwash merino, and it cost, I think it was $10. Okay, this is $10 on the Furls website. Okay, and sometimes they'll have sales, so keep your eye open for that. And what else? That same yarn again that had that baby alpaca, it has 55% fine fine merino. Okay, so merino, gotta love us some merino, right? Okay, mohair. Right, Dana, this is beautiful. I'm going to have to see if I can get back on Knit Crate and see if they have any more. I don't think they do, but I have to see if I got some more. I think I got 2 of these. Okay, so mohair. Mohair. Wait, you all, this is too crazy. Mohair fiber comes from the Angora goat. Angora goat. What the heck? Oh, good, Carla. I want to tell me what you ordered next time we're like in the same chat or something, or even next Sunday. Let me know about the mohair from Lion Brand. Okay. So mohair comes from a goat. So, and it comes from a Angora goat, not to be confused with the Angora rabbit. Right. So, and it comes from Turkey. The fibers are 6 to 12 inches in length and come in many natural shades. It is collected twice a year, and it's very smooth and strong, and does not felt as easily as wool. They can easily be knitted into lightweight scarves, sweaters, hats, and more. It has excellent durability and does not crease or wrinkle very easily. So, like if you have it in when you have it in a suitcase or one of those vacuum bags, it'll pop back into shape. Okay, oh, how cute, Crafty. That's cute. I love those little emojis are so cute. Okay, they tend to have the fuzz effect around the strand. So there you go. If you want something that looks fuzzy, go for the mohair. And yes, oh, I was crocheting something one day, and I don't even remember what it was I was crocheting. I can't even remember now. I was crocheting, and I was like, this stuff is like, it has my hairs in it. I thought my gray hair was coming out and getting caught in there. And I was like pulling it. I'm like, how did my gray come out and into the yarn? It's been on the shelf the whole time. Duh. It was the mohair. Guys, I was so relieved. First of all, that it wasn't my hair falling out. Second of all, it was just funny. Ha ha ha. Okay. Okay. It is not a rare fiber. but does cost more than typical wool yarns because it's being advertised as a premium yarn. There you are, Dee. I'm here. I'm here. We're on to Mohair. We're on to Mohair. Not my Mohair. I need Mohair. That was a dumb joke. Dumb joke. Yeah, I wish I could remember what yarn I was using. That was so funny. Right, Crafty? Okay, next one. Silk. Silk, silk, silk. Guys, silk. All right. I'm not even going to read this because it's like simple. It's like the finest of finest of finest, finest fiber. And yeah, right, Samantha? Silk Road. Yep. From China. You're right. That's where it started from. But it's a natural fiber. And it comes from where? Cocoons. Okay. It has a luxurious smooth, lustrous smooth drape, and it is incredibly strong. In fact, if it's not the most, I'm trying to see. I think it said it was the strongest silk. The strongest fiber is silk. Cocoon, the silkworm cocoon, right? So that is amazing, but you need so much of it to make one little thing. Okay, Nancy, I still see you, and you're saying hi to Dee. All right, good enough. So, it's a fibroid protein. It's a protein that is produced on demand. Okay, to produce 1 pound of silk, you need 100 pounds of mulberry leaves that need to be eaten by 3,000 silkworms. Holy smokes, that is a lot. That is a lot. Right? That's just a lot. But now we know why it's so doggone expensive. And again, it's used mostly with another fiber. And I'm going to go back to this beauteous yarn here. Oh my gosh. This one has 15% mulberry silk. And mulberry silk starts off as white. Okay. So this beautiful, it started off as a hank. Okay. It's 55% fine merino, 30% baby alpaca, and 15% mulberry silk. And guys, let me just say, I got 2 of these. Okay, let me just tell you how many yards is in here. This has 220 yards, and it is I'm going to say it's like a 3. It doesn't say on here what, it doesn't say, but it's either a 3. Yeah, it's probably considered a 3. Okay. But I'm telling you what, 2 hanks of 220 yards with that fiber content, and it's only, I say only, $25. Guys, to me, that blows my mind. How much would you pay? I mean, even this little tiny thing is 100% merino. It doesn't have the alpaca or the silk in it. And this is $10 by itself. Okay? This you can get $25 for 2. Right, Lou? I mean, people, Okay, let me go back to what I was saying at the beginning. Um, Hi, Michelle. Okay, Viviana, thank you for stopping in. Okay, I appreciate everybody who's staying with or sticking with me this long. I'm going way long, and I really, really appreciate it. Because I learned so much today and yesterday about all of these that I just got really excited to talk about it. But okay, I'm going to say this, and I say it with all sincerity again. After learning everything I've learned about silk and wool, and the only other two I had left to go was wool and yak, and I think we could probably understand what wool is, okay? But and that's we learned that superwash wool just meant that it went through another process to go through so that it will allow the garment or whatever it was that you're making um, uh, washable, not hand washable, but machine washable, which is great. Um, yes, Lou, it's an amazing deal. It's an amazing deal. So this is my opinion, and I said this at the very beginning. Um, oh no! Yes, you should have grabbed it, Carmen. Yes, you should. All of my acrylic yarn, I am reserving from henceforth on. I'm reserving for blankets, for blankets, and houseware things, and to make little things like a gourd or a pumpkin, things like that, like my little, little things that are not that big of a deal. I have I've made a beautiful sweater that I love and love and love and love and love. And I'm going to wear it, and I'll probably make another one, and it is acrylic. That's okay. But from now on, the majority of my clothes and the majority of my outerwear, my hats, my scarves, my gloves, my cowls, all those kinds of things, I am going to try, if I possibly can, find natural fibers. I just want to do that. That's just going to be me. Now, obviously, we've talked a lot about, hi, Coco. We talked a lot about blended yarns, like a superwash merino rayon blend. And I think that my opinion is that one of the reasons why they blend the merino and the nylon is to make it less expensive, but also provide the benefit of a natural fiber, which, if it's superwash merino, then you can wash it just like you could nylon, right? Samantha, you're here in spirit, honey. You're here in spirit. So, that's just my opinion, and I don't have a lot of most of my most if yeah most of my natural fibered yarns are um, from either Knit Crate, Kristen Amdahl. Some of them have been gifted to me. um, yeah, pretty much that's it. And Dee, I would imagine you, from ordering from a darn good yarn, these companies, these smaller companies, I should say the club companies, like um, Knit Crate and Darn Good Yarn. Most of them have all of that. Um, Bye, honey. Bye, Tess. Um, yeah, it does. It does make it a little bit, but the the natural fiber in the wool makes it more breathable and warmer. The nylon makes it more durable. Right. Bye, Gracie. You're welcome. You're welcome for all the info. Okay, anybody want to add any last minute comments, questions? Remember, I'm going to, during the replay, if anybody wants to come back in the next week or so, um, you know what? I wouldn't think that, Crafty, because there are so many local yarn yarn farms and things like that sell. They have specific um, sheep that are bred right there in Scotland and in Ireland and in England. In England, I would imagine they have a lot of it, but maybe I don't know. I didn't really know that. Interesting. And Lori, that is absolutely understandable. Definitely. Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't know this. See? I didn't know. All right, guys. If there's nothing else, nobody else has any questions, I am going to say toodles. You guys have a great, great rest of your day. If you're in England, well, actually, if you're in Crafty, you're going to be going to bed. You're up way too late. That's all I'm saying. So you guys have a great one, and we'll talk to you next time. Love you guys. Bye.